And so the first map concludes with Cloud9 just picking up a very convincing victory. I think that's kind of where the devs saw it going, and just going to open up the floor, starting with you, Natu. How do you feel that went for CLG?
Well, it just went wrong in the first 4 rounds, I feel like. Pistol, they lost. Then they almost pulled it back in the second round. I think it was nothing that won in the 1-on-2.
Yeah.
Then a clean anti-eco. And then the first weapon run where C9 just went like straight to A. Meanwhile, CLG was actually pushing B. So I think CLG's self-confidence was just gone at that point.
Yeah, and I mean, the only really big thing that was going for CLG was Tarek. I mean, he picked up an ace on that pistol, T-pistol. I mean, the rest of the team never really showed up. I mean, here we can see some of the frags, and I mean, it was just crazy, but that was the only thing they had. I mean,
Basically, you're telling me that we said all of the individuals from CLG had to perform, and one showed up.
And it's like Cloud9 showed in this round that they can make mistakes, because this happens because of miscommunication on Cloud9, actually.
Right.
Which is so odd considering they've been so on point, communicating, picking up the information, and then making sure that all the teammates are up to date. It's a real pleasure to listen to this team.
But I mean,
completely different.
The only rounds they actually lost, I was watching the POV stream as well from Cloud9, like when they lost like a 2-on-3 like a retake situation. They had a bomb plant.
Yeah, B-side.
Plant.
Yeah.
And Shroud didn't hold like spawn. They didn't communicate. Sean went a bit quiet in that round, and they weren't communicating, and they lost because of that. And it felt like all of the rounds they lost, they made a mistake, but every time also on the T side, they always had a chance of winning the rounds, even though the ones they lost, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, you kind of touched on communication. That's a big point for you, Semler. I think that you really want to kind of hammer home that Cloud9's communication is completely different.
Well, ever since, I mean, DreamHack Winter 2013, like I've stood behind this team just listening, right? So it's been like a long evolution, and then of course there's been like that long slump as well, where it never really seemed to click for them. They got real shouty, they got real chaotic in their comms as well. That was something that was, I believe, at Katowice last time when we were listening to them then, and it was just like, what is going on with this team? Like they need to buckle down, try and keep focus, stop with all the shouting, just clean everything up. And so when you come into this tournament here, and we finally, we have the comms again, we're able to listen, you can actually sit back and just relax and close your eyes, actually. Because you're just closing your eyes and you can actually visualize what's happening, because these guys are now so good at just crisply communicating the information that is necessary to win a round.
You just paint a picture of how it's going.
It's night and day. I'm just totally impressed with Cloud9.
Well, let's see how they fare then. It's time for Dust2, our second game in this best of 3. Let's see if CLG can take it into a third. And to do that, it will be D-Man and Moses once more.
Thank you very much, guys, and welcome back. So, match 2 about to get underway. It is Dust2, and Cloud9, as we pointed out, beat Envious on this map. And Envious, one of the best teams in the world on Dust2.
No slouches.
So, what was CLG thinking coming to this one? We've said, they must have some sort of game plan, but you've seen these guys play a lot of CS. Have you really seen anything on Dust2 that sets the world alight for CLG?
No, not really. I mean, it plays into a little bit of a pug style that they've liked to do in the past. Now they look completely different on Mirage against Fnatic. I mean, their map picks, even though they beat Fnatic on Mirage, have just been questionable. It's a really good map for Fnatic. They had a great game plan, but now they pick Cash and Dust2 that Cloud9 have been so good on in this tournament. And here's the thing: once again, JDM is going to have to step up against Kadoodle. This is a map where Oppers can have a huge impact, and pretty much every time, and he's going to have to do something to change that, because Kadoodle can just control this map.
Well, you can see Freakazoid on your screen there. There's going to be the knife to begin with. They're just doing that in the background.
Flanking in a knife round.
Freakazoid, the man, the beast, flanking in a knife round. That's it. But he's already been caught out. So look at the sweat on Freakazoid's head right now. It's so hot in Cologne right now.
With a TK.
Well, these things happen in knife rounds. And gun rounds, actually. So CLG coming out on top in the knife round. Guessing they're going to switch. All right. So CLG choosing to start on the T side. It is Dust2, so it's certainly possible. That man on your screen, though, Tarek, he went big for them in the first match. Managed to get himself the pistol ace. He's going to have to do some more of those wonder plays, because CLG need their top players to perform today.
Yeah, that's one thing what we can talk about is Tarek's been a secondary opera for this team in the past. Not so much on the Terror side, you more than likely won't see it, but on the CT side, Tarek will like picking up that AWP if they want to go with a double op setup. The big issue as well is they need to get out to a hot start because Cloud9 from start to they opened up on cash so much and they were able to control the economy for the entire game because of it. And CLG cannot let that happen, especially because they do at times prefer to run that double op with JDM and Tarek, and that's a setup that's going to destroy your economy if you're not successful with it early on.
I was envious of players. If JDM actually sits back that much when he plays, I'm really envious of players that can be that relaxed when they play. Because when I'm playing, and pretty much the vast majority of CS players, you are tensed, you are right up at the screen, you're focused.
You're leaned in.
I've seen, I remember a couple of Quake players that could quietly sit like that. I actually used to sit with the legs up, legs crossed, casual with the keyboard on the lap while they're just playing quick 1v1 DMs. It's like, I don't know how they can be that relaxed. It's down to the mentality of the players. Obviously, JDM we've been talking about, and this is his first international event. Now he's under pressure, even against one of his fellow compatriot teams, but he really didn't really score too many kills in the last matchup. No, and this is a big map where you need your AWP to show up. Yeah,
Skadoodle crushed him, and look at this. One player from Cloud9 pushes into lower B tunnels. That might have been spotted. There was a player far back watching for it, but that's going to be Sean with the CZ.
Yeah, he hears them. His head's going to come around, and he's going to find his head. And that's going to be a simple shutdown, but it's going to be stacked straight through long A. Shroud's the only man there. He's got no support. Skadoodle's just about to get up to top of mid. But Shroud, not quite able to catch the kill there. I thought he was going to find himself a couple of heads, but that opens things up for CLG. Cutler manages to find nothing on the flank, trying to get around the back of them. Doesn't quite get away with it, though. Freakazoid will get the revenge frag. Freakazoid is short, doing work for Cloud9 here. And just two members, Finesse and JDM. Are they going to challenge him? Is Freakazoid going to keep doing this? He's got the backup of Chongares down in tunnels. They're just going to hold catwalk.
Yeah, and that round. So now a smart decision by him to fall back. Don't give it up. They're going to come up cat, and they actually back off. So Freakazoid makes it into the site. They know they have a split. They're just going to come out mid, but there's two players here. Sean and Skadoodle have a great crossfire setup.
This should be easy. Skadoodle ready and waited. Manages to miss the shot, and Finesse spins around, does a quick 180 and lands the kill. Chongares waiting for them, though. They come through, check the wrong direction. Expecting the second man to come through window instead. He pushed through. Freakazoid caught out by JDM going for a quick peek. Is he going to try and stick the plank? Freakazoid's going to try and rush in and catch him. Tries to fake it out. Freakazoid. Can he catch him out? Freakazoid goes big for his team. Gets himself the triple. And that'll be Cloud9's first round in the bag.
Yeah, that was scary because Skadoodle and Sean had that one with that crossfire, and Sean he realized he has got to also check B tunnel, so he goes out of it. CLG finds a little bit of success, but saved from Freakazoid, a 3-kill for him. A very nice pistol round, and that's a scary thing because he top frag versus Envy on this map, and if he's able to get started early, if he's able to start feeling the momentum and feeling hot, he's going to be a tough thing for CLG to handle.
Nothing in Chongares are the players over on B side. Thought they were going to get challenged early this time. It's going to be Hazed and Cutler with just the Tech-9s to try and be that brunt force to follow through with those P250s. It's a pretty standard setup from Cloud9. Skadoodle with the scout, holding out top of mid. Meanwhile, Tarek is looking to burst around the corner, but look at this. You can see Skadoodle's ready. And if he can start landing his shots early, even with the scout, get himself comfortable, I'm not sure CLG are going to be able to challenge him.
Yeah, he struggled in this spot, though, yesterday against Envy. Skadoodle did, so he has a scout here. He's going to be going up against 4 members. They try and pop flash their way out. It doesn't blind Skadoodle, only blinds them, but he's got so much to deal with now coming up the ramp. He's not able to land these shots, and now he's in a lot of trouble. Shroud there with the backup, grabs one, grabs a second as well, and he gets a third into that site.
Cleans up there. Hayes does manage to finally get in. Doesn't get the bomb plant down in time, though. That's going to be costly for CLG. That could have been the money they needed. Finesse will be the last man, easily taken down. And speaking of money, with Shroud picking himself up a triple with the MP9 there, they are in a very good situation now, Cloud9. And it looks like CLG are going to have to sit. Are they going to force it? They've got 2 Tech-9s, so they may well do.
They haven't gotten a plant yet, so that would be a very interesting decision for them to force buy here. They do pick up some upgraded pistols, and it looks like a smoke and a flash on FNS, so they have an idea of what they want to do. Looks like it's going to be a long execute with a smoke at the corner.
Look at Skadoodle. He's pushed on through. He's gone through quickly, and it's going to work out well for him. Manages to cat Cutler off. Oh, Shroud actually empties his clip and manages to hit nothing. He'll get taken down easy. That's long control lost. Freakazoid just lingering off in the smoke here with the MP7, trying to land something, but he will get taken down by Hayes. That's A now, very much in the hands of CLG. If nothing can wrap around quick enough, the smoke may be working against CLG there. And Cloud9 have got themselves in position for the cross.
That fight by Freakazoid is one that did not need to be taken. But Sean does find one up mid, and it's going to be up to Skadoodle and Nothing to find something to do. Smokes off Catwalk, Molotov's the ramp, and Nothing's going to push through.
Hayes is going to come around the side. He's actually backing off. Nothing's going to push on through. Will manage to catch Tarek off guard there. They have managed to get the bomb plant in, but it's all on Hayes. He's got an MP7 in his pocket, but not able to pull it out here. An MP9, sorry. Does manage to get a quick tag with the P250. Takes one down. Knows that he's going for the plant. Is he sticking it? Yes, he is. And well, Sean gets the defuse, and Hayes is going to be kicking himself for that one.
Yeah, what a close round, though. A couple of bad fights from Cloud9 members allows CLG to get into it with no armor whatsoever. Hayes almost pulls that off. Can't tag up the diffuser well enough, but they've done great damage to the economy of Cloud9. They're not able to build up much money behind these opening 3 wins.
There's the double cross. JDM doesn't pull the trigger, though, so both Nothing and Sean Gers get away with it without really using anything to block it. It's going to be a fast split, though. Straight 4 members through mid for CLG here. Skadoodle just gets a little glimpse, but he's going to get smoked off, and it's going to be a split straight into B site. Nothing and Sean Gers are going to be the men that challenge JDM all on his own, pushing through tunnels with York. They're going to keep and peek around. They will manage to find Freakazoid as he tries to get a glimmer there. Skadoodle still trying to put some damage down, but it's going to be Sean Gers catching off. JDM coming in a little bit split there. The team wasn't really coming in sync now, and Nothing not checked in the corner. Will get himself one. A quick revenge from Tarek, but the damage has been done. And it's just a 3-on-2 retake now. Sean Gers with next to no health, though. Let's see how they go for this one. Shroud and Skadoodle. They need to move as one with Sean Gers. He's got to push through smoking tunnels. I think they're just going to wait for it to clear. Bomb ticking down. Instead, CLG get antsy and decide to push on through. Hayes and Tarek quickly taken down by Shroud.
That should have gone much better. That was a great management of that mid-B split by Cloud9, mollying off the window, smoking off the door, keeping him at bay as long as possible. JDM comes through that smoke and B tunnels just a little bit too early. He gets eliminated, the only player from that position. That allows Sean to survive. He needed to wait a little bit longer for his teammates outside to tell him to go.
Oh, JDM just backtracking to pick the bomb up, and Skadoodle finds him straight down the mid-AWP shot. Looks like they're going to try and go fast for Cat, but nobody's brought the bomb with them, so I don't really what they're aiming to do here, other than try and score some kills, try and get some damage. Shroud is going to get tagged up heavily, but he will finally get taken down by Hayes, but really it's just the 2 members, and with nobody with the bomb, it's a bit of a messed up round by CLG, honestly. Yeah. I mean, they're getting the damage done. If they can get the kills, it's all on Tarek. Well, we talked about people having to go hero mode. He's going to have to pick up 4 kills here in a 1-on-3, and that's just simply not going to happen. Sean Gers with a Tech9 kill in the end.
The bomb down in T-spawn, just wreaking havoc for CLG. And all of Cloud9 being very aggressive on how they want to play, how they want to collapse onto these attacks. They do get a couple nice kills, but now here's the test. Skadoodle and JDM with the AWPs. Who's going to win it? That one goes to JDM. That's exactly what they need.
That's a big one. Sean Gers went to collect that weapon as well and almost fell foul to a second. He's still peeking. He's still challenging, but JDM not looking for it. Oh, I tell you what, they are. They're still peeking towards each other. Sean instead switching to try and catch the catwalk, and he doesn't pull the trigger, didn't quite land it. Freakazoid still on short though, ready to pop out here. Might catch Hayes off guard. Does quickly drop down and back away. Shroud still covering off long in support, and CLG back away this time. Going to play it a little bit slower.
Yeah, and Cloud9, they're just trying to read this. They're gambling a little bit. They're not even watching the B bomb site. Nothing is rotated over towards mid. That allows them to have 3 players at this A site. They set up a pretty standard defense now in a 4-on-5. Nothing's got to be the linchpin. He's got to make a smart play here.
Shroud still lingering over at door. Freakazoid got himself caught off over. Cross does manage to get one, almost gets the tag on the second, will take Cutler down as well. Freakazoid pops out, and well, CLG just mowed down on Catwalk and Finesse, the only man standing. That was a great setup from Cloud9.
Yeah, beautiful shots from Sean, a triple kill, and CLG squanders a 5-on-4 after picking off Skadoodle, that impact player. The bomb's down. FNS, there's really not much he can do here.
Very clean stuff from Cloud9 so far. Just FNS to try and get one. He will manage to get Sean Gers as he was looking the opposite direction. This isn't over yet. Shroud's the man he needs to find. Freakazoid on just 16 health. Instead, it looks like he's going to hoover that one up. Only 8 seconds. Wasn't able to save the AWP. And Cloud9 will close out the round. And it's a big start from them, 6-0. Let's have a little listen in, because the pause... Actually, if there's a pause, I'm not going to listen on. That's for sure. I don't want to give too much away.
But that they definitely need to pause because what I mentioned. CLG needed to get out to a hot start. They're getting demolished once again. Skadoodle's got $12,000. Nothing they're doing is working. Some of these fast strategies out mid looked promising, but get shut down. They get outplayed by 2 Cloud9 members in the B bomb site. That 5-on-4 going up cat gets eliminated by Sean. That gamble stack works out perfectly where they have nothing rotate to mid, leave the B bomb site, and just hope they're going to hit A. And they walked in to just a firestorm from Sean. 3 kills with that op on the cross.
The one saving grace is that JDM did actually come out on top in that Skadoodle battle. It's the first time they've really gone for it. But overall, he got Skadoodle down. Sean picked
and Cole for quite some time, and even Cloud9 the previous iteration. So, I mean, it really, he's got experience with that weapon, and he puts it to work there. So, no answer quite yet from CLG. And that's where we're seeing this pause. Maybe talking about this buy they have coming up. They do have another AWP. That'll go over towards JDM.
All right, let's get this. Let's see what Cloud9 have figured out. They're going to have had a long time to talk about this setup. It's CLG. Actually, let's go CLG, because they're going to be the ones on attack. They're the ones under pressure. Let's see what they got to say.
To pick over the mid smoke.
They didn't smoke it? I couldn't tell
how
much.
Fuck, he was opping in the corner, dude.
Lower's clear.
Okay. Wide.
Smoking the door.
Smoke tunnel.
Look it.
Pretty sure that's Cloud9.
I'm gonna go copy it.
I'm like, I'm sure that's Sean Gares. I've definitely gone for the wrong knob there. Anyway, either way, you can hear Cloud9 still very cool, calm, and collected. Meanwhile, CLG not able to get things going. Cutler was already taken down, so they're already 1 man down. They are going to try once again at cap, but this time Skadoodle and Freakazoid both holding the angle. Look at Freakazoid ready to pop out. He's got all the information he needs, but he doesn't manage to find the headshot. Tarek manages to get himself down. That leaves Skadoodle with the backup of Nothing and Shroud. Shroud's just holding on. Nothing's actually going to pop himself up. Looks like he's going to jump in here. They're going to try for the rush, but again, this time the flash does land, but Skadoodle's not been dealt with. JDM not managed to land the shots, and Nothing managing to pick up a very easy double. Hayes tries to creep around the side, but Nothing just is dominating. And Cloud9, 7-0 up, are just looking very solid over on the A side. The B play hasn't really come out too much from CLG. The few times they have gone there, they actually had success in getting the plant down, but that cat play is not working.
Right. Well, actually, it's just Nothing playing his very, very aggressive mobile rotations. He bails Skadoodle out of such a tough spot. Now look at him pushing into lower B. He's going to get the first one. That's the bomb.
And that's the bomb. They're going to have to try and come down. He's going to get the support. He's actually going to get backed up around the corner as well. But now he's got support. There's Shroud. There's Sean Gares. Everybody pushing in, crushing CLG in tunnels. And they had no chance there. Obviously, it was just the force pistol in the end, but 8-0. This is a solid start from Cloud9. CLG already up against it, already 1 map down, absolutely in desperation mode. They've gone for a double all.
They're losing all the entry battles. They're losing all the fights when they try and execute onto a bomb site or gain map control, so they think maybe having the 2 ops should allow them to get some picks. So instead of needing those entry kills, instead of having to go into those battles when they enter into choke points, if they can pick a couple players off long range, that's going to alleviate some of the pressure on them.
Cloud9 have switched it up. Look, they've managed to push through. JDM does find Shroud. Cloud9 went aggressive along there. He's going to find himself a second as well, and that's maybe the 2 picks they needed. Make it 3 as Sean Gares goes down in mid. Nothing just around the side. He's not going to land anything. Cutler finally stepping up. And Skadoodle, the only man standing. Can he go huge for his team? Cutler picked off. They're just going to smoke him out, and rightly so. Get that bomb plant down. JDM's the man that's taking it. He's just going to lurk through this smoke. He's actually going to try and push through. He's going to push through without flashing himself through. So no flashes in hand.
He's trying to get a little sneaky, and he knows that if he can do a little bit of damage, it's not going to happen. But if he knows if he can take a few more guns out of their hands, maybe find one of those ops, that could have been key. But a great round from CLG. I mean, they didn't really do anything. They just played back, and the strategy from Cloud9 was just walking into their op scope over towards long. So now they've got to stabilize. Now they need to string some rounds together.
Let's see if they can get any of those picks as they cross door. Tries to land the shot. JDM lets loose, but doesn't find anything on Nothing and Sean Gares as they cross over. This time, I don't think Freakazoid and Shroud are going to be quite so aggressive. They will delay, they will smoke it up, and they're going to leave Shroud to just sit off the side in pit.
What this double op setup does on the terrorist side, though, because it's so reliant on picks, you can see they're spread out. They're playing it slow, and some of these gun runs, they've had 4 AK-47s. They've been
slow play is perhaps what CLG needed as well. A couple of those rushed rounds catching them off guard. Hayes and Tarek are going to be the two that try and pop out here. They're going to get pop flashed out. Looks like Finesse is holding back, so it looks like he's about to throw the pop flash over to try and catch Shroud out. There goes the flash. Smokes on the corner. Didn't get flashed up, but he still gets taken down nonetheless by Hayes as they burst through the door. Skadoodle lining up. That smoke is... Cutler looking to try and catch one. Will get himself. Gets the vision on the two as well. Will smoke it out. Gets in time to pick his rifle back out. Does get a second, but not the third. But that's given CLG all they needed. They're going to get on site, but Skadoodle catches one in the cross. Catches a second as well. The Skadoodle show is causing CLG so many problems throughout this one. JDM dare not take that little peek. Dare not go for the challenge. It's a 2-on-2 retake. Skadoodle pushing up, going aggressive. Trying to even like maybe look for the jump shot, get the information there. Oh, Finesse has managed to find nothing. And JDM finally patiently waits for Skadoodle to show himself and will get the kill. Scary stuff for them. Cloud9, the money is down. They're going to have to go for a save.
Yeah, CLG is very fortunate to get away with that one. It was a 4-on-2, brought down to a 2-on-2. Tarek does not need to take that fight against Skadoodle in CT spawn. There's no reason to peek him in that situation. Play the 3-on-2, get the bomb planted. Either way, they do get their second round, and they have broken the economy of Cloud9, so this is where they can catch up in this round score. And there's another pick. This double-op setup has been working out for CLG.
Yeah, a little unfortunate when you think back to it, the fact that Shroud wasn't flashed up. He just simply didn't land that headshot. This time they have managed to push themselves completely into A-long. It was a little stack from Cloud9. They tried to go for a risky play with the pistols. They do manage to find one through the smoke, but Tarek will respond. This should be a quick cleanup for CLG. And of course that bomb plant. Keep that money, keep that bank building up. Sean Gers is going to try and creep on through, but Tarek should get an easy eye on him. Does will be CLG getting themselves the third round. The question is, can they go 7 rounds running? Because that's what they need to really draw this half back into their favor.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But now, once again, they've been winning these battles since with these AWPs. They haven't really had to go against Skadoodle too much because they're finding so many kills on the riflers of Cloud9. Cloud9 can keep these players alive and allow Skadoodle to have an impact before they fall. That would be huge. That's exactly what they need here.
Well, he just managed to get a tag onto nothing as he went for the cross there. Got the information. Hayes has pushed out early, actually, in mid. Going straight for it. No smoke either. Skadoodle not looking, so this is completely uncovered. They have no information that Hayes is coming around his back, but Hayes will manage to find the one at card, doesn't get the second on site, and now the smoke goes down. Skadoodle not completely smoked off at the moment. Finesse is going to cover him off, and they've not been able to get nothing down on site. There he is. Now they have B control. Finesse could be a key man here. He's going to catch Freakazoid off. Does manage to get the revenge there. Shroud comes in, but now it's just a 2-on-3 retake, and this is a tough retake on B side.
Yeah, it is. It might actually just be a safe call. No kits whatsoever. Only one smoke. Nothing's dropped from the server with the Steam log on, so they're going to have a pause in the next round. But CLG, whether it's Cloud9 pushing them or them finding some picks or something like that, where they do a very fast strategy to open things up, ever since they picked up 2 ops into this terrace side lineup, they've won 4 in a row now. So it's starting to get a little scary for Cloud9 after going up by so much, by 8-0. Now this score gap is closing very, very quickly.
8 rounds back to back. Still needs a very good CT half from CLG. Still needs something to get going, but picking themselves 4 rounds on the bounce will absolutely give them the confidence they need. What is it, I would say, what is it that Cloud9 need to do? They know what they need to do. This is the thing. They've done it for 8 rounds already. They just need to maybe play it a little safe, because some of the times they've been caught out is when they've tried those risk plays. That's how they got that first round on the board, CLG, when they decided to push out the A-long doors.
A little bit of a risky, aggressive strategy. What's interesting is that Cloud9's playing very different on the CT side right now than they did against Envy yesterday. They played more 2 at A, with Skadoodle opping at the car and 1 player over towards long. Now they've switched it up. They have 3 members there very often. It's leaving that mid portion of the map wide open, and that's where you see CLG just punish them in the last round. Hayes able to come out with no intel whatsoever. And just that Cloud9 has, it seems like these last 4 rounds, they haven't been able to get a great read on what CLG is doing, because they're just playing so much slower and allowing the ops to do their work.
And that man on your screen, Cutler, has started to step things up, but still at the bottom of the table for his team. Considering how he performed yesterday, he was like just magnificent, setting the world alight. But JDM, this is what we're talking about. They needed to control Skadoodle. Skadoodle is at the bottom of the board for Cloud9. we saw him miss quite a few of those shots, actually, and that maybe started to get a little bit rattled. Maybe it's just started to work in their favor, but a quick shot on Skadoodle as he goes for the cross there, tries to set himself up with the AWP at B side. So they have changed things around here. Sean Gez is going to be the man that sits in mid this time instead of on B side, but that catch on him will certainly knock him low. 17 hit points, but CLG setting up for a bit of a mid to B split.
Yeah, and actually, once again, a very passive mid setup from Cloud9. Just a player at elevator. That's Sean with the shotgun. 2 players push long. They have no intel about how many players are in these B tunnels whatsoever, so playing very, very defensively.
Yeah, interesting to see Freakazoid and Shroud both up towards pit as well, playing maybe just trying to gamble, expecting something. Sean obviously only has the Mag 7 in hand, so Lorraine shots are not going to work out. There is Skadoodle going down, just nothing left on B site, and he's cut off. The support is not going to be there. Cutler manages to find Sean Gez in mid at CT spawn. Finesse manages to find the one as they push on round. Shroud is the only man with nothing doing the damage though. He's managed to keep and delay this B plant for a long time, giving Shroud just about enough time to try and catch around. No, he's going to get caught off. Now it's a 3-on-1. Is Shroud even going to challenge this? Is he going to try and go for the save? Looks like he wants the challenge, wants to go for the retake. Fancying that hero play.
Yeah, no kit. I mean, I think he's just searching for this one player that he feels is lurking. Once he gets some guns out of their hands, he does grab Hazed. If he gets that kill, all of a sudden there's a little bit of time of a little small window where he could have gone and tried to find Tarek. But CLG is 5 rounds straight now. They're getting all the picks, all the entry kills that they're looking for, and they're winning now. They lost a round earlier when they had a 5-on-4 advantage, but now that they're finding these man advantages early on, Cloud9 with that kind of a buy with a shotgun, with the FAMAS and light utility, they don't have the tools they need to get back into the rounds.
Looks like it's going to be a straight up save as well. Well, Freakazoid's going for armor, but armor doesn't really help when JDM is landing his shots, and this is what's really working for them. Ooh, Tarek. Thought that one was on, but didn't manage to make it count. JDM's going to be having a look down long, and that's surely going to open things up for CLG. Freakazoid, Sean Gez, and Skadoodle all over on the A site, but they're up against Rifles, and more importantly, JDM, who is landing shots at last.
Yeah, no, they did a pop flash towards long. They were hoping they'd be a little bit closer. They weren't, but they did get a lot of intel, the number of people there. There's a committal over towards long. That's Freakazoid. He gets caught out. The bomb is there. It's working its way up. It's going to be a free bomb site. They'll be able to lock him down in CT spawn as they come up the ramp.
Well, there's a bit of a Kobe. Can they follow through? They're going to go aggressive, not expecting Finesse to be quite so close. The boost doesn't work out either. They know that there's one man there. He's going to let loose with the Tech-9 through the smoke and find Skadoodle. And well, after 8-0, we're now at 8-6. 6 rounds back-to-back for CLG. Crazy game of CS so far.
Yeah, absolutely has been. And this is normally what we saw out of Cloud9 yesterday, where they would go down early on and make this comeback. But CLG making this adjustment into the double op. And once again, they tag Sean. The other round, they legged Skadoodle.
Triple up sets up this time around. Yeah, Hayes is like, it's probably not going to work. I'll switch to an AK.
It's the last round, so they just wanted to deal as much damage, maybe get enough, maybe get lucky with a kill there, and then switch it out. But it did its job. They got Sean down to 36.
Well, Shroud once again is the man over at doors. Is he going to get challenged this time? It's a definite split. Ooh, are we going to see the cat play come back up from CLG? It hasn't worked as of yet. And Skadoodle is in the right position with York, but as you said, was missing the shots the other day from this spot.
Right, and now Cloud9 has put Freakazoid in CT spawn to help alleviate some of that pressure, help them battle in mid if need be. This is where CLG has found a great weakness, but you can still see how slow they're playing it with these two ops, trying to see if they can find anything for him.
They've tried to fake it. They've smoked out Freakazoid. They're trying to fake the B split, I think. And obviously, we can see, certainly on the minimap, that it is an A play, A hit. It's going to be 2 through long, 3 through cat. Freakazoid on the rotate. Skadoodle did get flashed up, but he's not smoked out. So he will be able to land this opening peak. And it will be Hayes that comes around. He does manage to land it. CLG, honestly, this is the play that's not worked a couple of times for him, and I fear that they maybe made a little confident error in this one, trying to go for this second play. Let's see if it works out. Cut the checks out and doesn't find anyone on Goose. They've backed away. Skadoodle goes down to pit. Shroud there. Freakazoid going to try and hop on around. I don't think they realized he's got so close on by here. They do get the plant down. Oh, well, I don't know how he managed to lose out in that duel, but nonetheless, they do manage to get the kill. Now Finesse in a really awkward situation. 2 on the cross, manages to land the one. Skadoodle around the side, doesn't matter. Defuse will come out, and it will be Cloud9 that take the round. 9-6 is the end half score. that cow play doesn't work out well for CLG. They tried it again, though.
Yeah, no, it really hasn't. They weren't expecting nothing and Freakazoid to be that close to trade and take over that bomb site that quickly. So even though FNS gets the kill on the flank, there's really nothing he can do because he's just so far away when his teammates fall that fast. Either way, a nice opening pick from Skadoodle. They fall back towards long. He stays alive, and they play a retake on the A site, especially with ramp control. It's a pretty standard retake. But Cloud9's got to be a little bit upset about that half, how it went. 8-0 and then 0-6. And they did grab that last round, but having that stretch of 6 rounds where CLG just punished them repeatedly early on is a little bit brutal.
No, it's obviously ESL 1 Cologne coming up. That will be the next major. 22nd, 23rd of August in a huge Lanxess arena here in Cologne. Obviously, you guys have all seen how awesome the atmosphere was when we were in Katowice, in those huge stadiums. Feel free to get on your tickets over there. And of course, want to hear the crowd roars. This will just be really the first major CSGO event with a huge crowd that size when it's the only game there. Obviously try and show you support for that one, but it's going to be a fast push this time. Cloud9 going into Cat, but they're walking straight in towards JDM, who's hitting shots with that USP.
Oh, the flank from FNS could come up huge. He's not able to get the kill. He deals a lot of damage, but he couldn't find it. Now he's getting chased back, and he gets eliminated. That's a huge mistake from FNS, but the nade bails him out.
That was beautiful from Hayes on the cross, backing away, backpedaling, throws a 3-pointer, manages to catch him out. Skadoodle tries to cover off the CT spawn, but JDM, he's there quicker in the foot race. Tarek with him. Sean Gares with the bomb, but Hayes is covering him off on tunnels. He's going to get himself the position. Hayes should not really lose out in that duel when he gets that positional setup. It's going to be heavily on Skadoodle and JDM in this mid.
It's interesting that Sean went back to challenge it. He should know that that's not a battle you want to take. And now look at the split from CLG. This is kind of scary. This is what they're known to do. 3 members alive in a 3-on-2, and they're split 1-1-1. So you're going to be able to find one-on-one battles if you're Cloud9, and that's huge to find that from Skadoodle. Now the defense is extremely split, 1 at A, 1 at B, and it's going to be a 2-on-1 now.
Well, it's 25 seconds. They're going the long route here. They're going to have to rush straight in. Tarek just simply has to hold them up. Sean Gares is the man with the bomb. Oh no, Tarek looking the opposite direction, manages to find one, doesn't get the second, but it's 14 seconds, he should have time. He has to collect the bomb, run in, and Hayes knows this. He's just trying to rattle some shots through the smoke, but doesn't manage to find it. Now with 24 seconds, has just about got time. 2 seconds remaining on that one. And now we're going to see a bit of a Kelly action coming out here from Hayes. He will manage to get the shot down and the defuse. And, well, a very long tactical back and forth pistol round.
Yeah, and CLG's lucky to get away with that one. That's one of those mistakes that they like to make in the mid-round. They spread out so incredibly much, and you can see in a 2-on-3, every single fight that Cloud9 won, that first one that Skadoodle wins in middle is just a standard 1-on-1, and you should. There's no reason to be able to give up a 1-on-1 when you have a man advantage.
9-7, Cloud9. It's going well for them, but after those first 8 rounds, they definitely allowed CLG to get all the way back into it. And I don't know what sort of mind games that's had on them, because ordinarily, you know, this is full-on bragging rights battle. You know, who is the best in America right now? You know, obviously everybody was talking about Cloud9 coming into this tournament. Nobody was talking about CLG. They finished 4th in the league. They were just the last man. Everybody was expecting them to be bottom of the group, but instead they managed to cause the upset. They took down Fnatic. Now, can they challenge Cloud9 on Dust2? Finesse opens things up well, gets himself a double over at long. It's going to be another cat play. JDM setting up, Cutler in support. They are landing the shots, and it will be a very easy, clean round for CLG.
Yeah, it's going to be a 3rd round by Cloud9 as well with that plant. It usually is with Cloud9 with that plant in the 2nd round, but they actually did buy up that scout, so that might change things a little bit.
Well, let's pause. Hayes has got some mouse issues, so we're at 9-8. How do we read this one? Like at 8-0, we were thinking, okay, this is a little bit of a done deal. 2-0, straight done deal. We did see the tactical pause coming out from CLG back then. Clearly able to sit, talk about it, discuss their problems. What has changed in CLG coming into this tournament? Now, obviously, there's been a whole coaching change in the background. The gaming house is now sorted out, but we are seeing a very different CLG in action in this tournament.
Yeah, we really are, and part of it is I think that Fnatic win gave them a lot of confidence, and especially on Cash when Cloud9 gets out to that hot start, CLG never had a response, never had any kind of a play to get themselves back into this match. This time, they go down 8-0, pick up that double up, and then they start regaining that confidence. They stop being afraid to take these fights. They're getting the picks that they need. CLG in North America has been a good team all season, relying on getting early picks, early entries, and using a man advantage very, very well.
Well, CLG, quick discussions while that mouse issue is fixed. Sean Gares trying to calmly discuss with his team what they're going to go for. It will be a forced coming out. Sean's only going to be the man on Tech9. It's going to be a couple of AKs for Shroud and Freak. We'll see what the rest of the team go with. I want to see if CLG decide to go full buy here, because I can still see the scout in the hands of JDM. They're going to hold on to them. Are they expecting the force? I'm not sure.
With that third round plant, they should know it's a possibility, and they should be prepared for it, if not expecting it. And those nades on a Sean, that's huge. He actually had a lot of utility.
He's managed to get taken out early. They have got mid-control, though. Cutler making his way back down here. Maybe gets surprised with the speed that Freakazoid comes around, but manages to get one down in the trade. Shroud and nothing, no picking up kills on Hayes, and they have full B control. And now it's on FNS and JDM to try and retake this one in a very tricky situation with the scout and FAMAS.
Yeah, extremely tricky situation. They do both have kits. They actually have a lot of nades that they can utilize, but still, 2 Cloud9 members playing from the tunnels for this plant.
They haven't got time to go for the rotate either. They haven't really got the cover off. And JDM has managed to collect himself a FAMAS. It's going to be a pop-in for Finesse as he tries to drop on through there. Realizes there's one in tunnel, but it's Skadoodle close by doors that does the damage and gets himself an easy double.
Yeah, a couple quick shots from Skadoodle shuts that down, but the reason why they didn't upgrade any weapons last round is because they have an opportunity here if they want to force buy, even with that loss. But it actually, saving here, this just tells me that once again CLG in this half once that double op setup that was so successful in the first half, and they're going to rely on that, because that's a situation where they could have had a couple M4s, they could have had FAMAS and made a good buy out of it.
Well, they're going to try and stack it, expecting maybe the long play. Sean Gares is actually there, and Freakazoid's coming this way with a bomb, so this may be a wise stack. More than Tarek, the only man. They're going to try and burst around the corner. They do get Sean down, but Skadoodle manages to get one and a second in reply. And, well, eco or not, that's going to cause you some serious damage. They've recovered the bomb, and they're going to go towards Cap now. Tarek is going to have to make some sort of heroes play, because he's going to be the last man standing at this rate, the way Cloud9 are moving inside.
Yeah, and Shroud knows there's one at the corner, possibly crossing to the side, playing it very passively, and there's the headshot. Hayes goes down, he had the rifle, so it's just Cutler from the ramp now. He's defending as Tarek has gone down, and he gets eliminated quickly, so 11th round for Cloud9.
Yeah, solid one overall. Obviously, it was just against an eco, so CLG saving themselves up, and they're not going to go for the double AWP. Okay, it's going to be the single for JDM. JDM coming out well so far. We'll see whether he goes doors, or whether he's going to take it long. See whether he fancies it. It's going to be a long play for him. Taze and Herrick going to peek, making sure they don't get caught out by the tag from Skadoodle.
Yeah, and CLG putting a lot of emphasis on controlling long early, even in that eco, and even in this round here, they wait, they pop flash, they try and find the timing where Skadoodle will be at the corner, but unfortunately, Cloud9 playing very passively again at the moment, much like they did early on Cash and their terror side. They shut up, look for information.
Sean is set up with the pop flash for Freakazoid, I think, here. Shroud just running around in circles on the minimap, actually. Maybe trying to create distraction, a lot of noise. You can see Finesse obviously will hear that nearby. There's the pop flash out. JDM smokes off as well, but he's going to try and challenge it. He's going to lurk in that smoke. They're going to push on towards Pit. That gives them problems. Does manage to get one, but it was a very easy trade in the end for Cloud9 to try and put the pressure down. Cutler goes to push on close. He's burning. Not going to be able to get the second one on Shroud either. Tarek does get in position in the right time, but he's smoked off. He's flashed out and forced away. He needs Hayes to come back and support. The bomb plant will come out from Shroud.
Yeah, and this should be a win for Cloud9 with Skadoodle posted up in the pit with the AWP. Derek looks like he wants to use his smoke for catwalk, but nothing is still lurking. Shroud has the ramp. This is a great setup for C9.
Yeah, they have the perfect crossfire. Shroud's going to back away. Nothing does manage to get the one. Is he just going to pop up and get the second? Shroud will come in close. And Cloud9 do make a great round of that one. A little unlucky with the timing for JDM. He'd actually just backed away to check out mid with the AWP instead, and then obviously that left I think it was Hayes or Cutler in the pit all alone.
Yeah, he came up to try and peek around that smoke, but Cutler made a call that he was going to throw a pop flash, so it actually slowed down that peek. If he had just peeked the first time around, he might have been able to get a kill and bail Hayes out of a tough spot, but that flash call delayed it just a little bit too long. C9 was able to trade it.
Ooh, a little bit of a friendly damage there from Shroud onto Freakazoid, but he won't manage to get the kill in the end. Simple eco bash at the end of the day. And they're going to get themselves control on this site. Net Finesse all alone at the back will get simply ticked off with the taps. 13-8. Cloud9 starting to post some big scores here on the T side. Now, CLG obviously let themselves go to 8-0 down. Now they're going to get that rifle once again. They're really going to have to pick up this round. Otherwise, they're looking at map point and match point in 2 rounds.
Yeah, for me, this match has kind of gotten a little bit out of hand. Shroud's going to go for this quick pick. This is a pop flash. It works perfectly, but Shroud's able to get away. That round that CLG decided to save one more for the AWP instead of force buying really allowed Cloud9 to have a great hold on this match economically. And you can see the damage it's doing as they're on a 5-round lead.
Looks like Shroud is going to head off. It's going to be a cap push onto A. JDM is in position for the cross. Cutler's just getting a little peek to mid. See where the Skadoodle comes through, flashes it out. It's going to be Sean Gares, the only man over on long, and it's actually drawing JDM a little way. He's at the car at the moment, just holding the angle, ready for this play. So they're in a good defensive position here, Cutler and JDM, to cover off this cap push.
Yeah, and this is a push that Cloud9 was able to stop very much. Sean's lurking out long. He has the attention of that one player, but there's the drop from Freak as well. He gets the opening kill on a JDM. Cutler swings out. Oh, what a spray transfer. Nicely done. Can't get a third quite yet, though.
Fantastic stuff from Cutler. Now, it's going to try and stop the planter, but, well, you can see it's all going Cloud9's way. It's the duels. It's the single individual one-on-ones that Cloud9 is starting to come out on top of. Catching Hayes in the back there. Switches up the M4. Gets himself a second on Tarek. And Cloud9 in the end, despite a great little spray control from, I think it was Hayes or Tarek. And
it was Cutler.
Cutler.
When Shroud's telling you...
Take a guess and miss all 3.
What Shroud's telling you is a 6 shot. I mean, that's unbelievable stuff. That was nicely done from him. Unfortunately, after that, nothing wins this one-on-one. Sean wins his one-on-one at long, and the defense just collapses.
Very easy stuff in the end there. 14-8 the score for Cloud9. And this time they're going to speed things up. It's a full FAMAS for Counter-Logic game, and they know they've got to force it. This is the round that they need to come out on top on. But when nothing's in this sort of form, just runs around the corner, gets the instant headshot. CLG going to try something. Sean Gares just completely keeping them busy. 4 players heading his way, and he's still going to find one. Is he going to get the second? It doesn't matter. The damage is done. The bomb plant is down. They have full control of site, and CLG are going to be looking at match point for Cloud9.
Oh, unless they're going to peek and take these fights, Shroud has got to drop down, stay alive. This is a scary situation. This is a big retake. No kits. That Molotov could flush Freak out of the bomb site. It's not used. Nice shot from Shroud.
Ooh. I don't know how he didn't manage to land that one, but Tarek on nothing. Is he managed to get him down? No. Freakazoid will hold on, and it is match point. And the economy from CLG, well, they've just got to force anything they can. It's going to be FAMAS's again across the board. Again, they can't afford that all. They're just going to have to get anything to keep Cloud9 out of this game. They've sped things up, Cloud9, in the last few rounds. They know it. They sense it. They sense the victory.
Yeah, abusing the fact that, you know, CLG with the economy doesn't have full utility, doesn't have all the nades they'd like. That was actually a really clever strategy in that last round. One flash thrown out mid, and it actually distracted Cutler at the railing just enough that he was looking mid instead of catwalk, and that gave nothing.
Mid at the moment. And that's exactly where Cloud9 are going. It's the cap push again. It's worked out well for them. They've managed to take the last 3 rounds with this, so why not just go again? That makes it easy for a in-game leader. Just
right,
do the
when
same
they can't
play.
stop
It
something,
works.
it's just go back to it.
Go back, keep it going.
And they even rotated a man off the A-bomb site, which is very detrimental. It's only 1 player. They're playing a retake strategy at A. JDM to land some crazy shots.
Needed that first shot, needed the headshot. Instead, he's going to have to back off to pit. That's going to give Cloud9 full control with 5 men defending this site for the game to reach the finals here at the Pro League. They've had some great performances so far. The only team in a best of 3 as of yet to take down European opposition. Cutler trying to peek around the side. Shroud got this covered off, does get flashed out, doesn't get vision. Finesse manages to come through, gets himself a second, but Skadoodle is there, a goose to cover them off. Finesse, the last man standing, the in-game leader. Can he do it for Cloud9? Or will they be in the final? Just one last play. GG, well played coming out already. It's Skadoodle that finishes it. And Cloud9 will move to the final in a simple 2-0 in the end over CLG. We thought they were going to come back a little bit on Dust2 after a great T-side return, but overall, Cloud9 dominating there. 16-6, 16-8, the overall scores, very much one-sided.
Right, and just to repeat it, is once Cloud9 gets economic control, we've seen it against some of the European teams as well. They're a tough team to stop, very efficient squad when they have all the nades, all the smokes, everything they'd like to use. And unfortunately, it was just that one decision to save in the second half. You know, they had a chance to force buy to reset the economy of Cloud9, and they choose to save. That allows C9 to just get too much bank built up.
great overall for Cloud9. The question is, who will join them now? They're taking down Envious on the route here. They had to play them twice, once in a best of one, once in a best of three. They've come once again out on top against CLG in their best of three to reach the semis on Independence Day of all things. American in the final. Which European team will join them? Will it be Virtus Pro or will it be Fnatic? That match will be coming up next. But overall, Moses, obviously we were coming into this tournament. We knew that Cloud9 was kind of the big hype, the big hope.
Yep.
They've obviously had a good performance over at Gfinity. Didn't quite manage to come out on top in the best of threes. This time they seem to have adjusted, stepped things up, worked on their cash play, worked on their Dust2 play. They're maps that you kind of have to take away from them now coming into this best of 5 final.
Yeah, you've got to be a little bit wary of obviously their cash, which has looked great. The big thing for me is just Sean. Freakazoid praises him, called him a wizard. We've seen JW on Twitter has praised him for listening to their comms and how he's able to read his opponents. All that research is paying off very, very well, and that's the of Cloud9 right now, is that Sean has complete control of the stream and he's making all the right calls. The players behind him are making all the right plays individually.
Yeah, and it's cool, calm, collected comms. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get over towards the analyst desk to take us through that 2-0 victory for Cloud9.
Thank you very much, Lee. Yeah, another fantastic performance from Cloud9 there on Dust2, picking it up efficiently in 2. And I mean, gentlemen, it was an expected result, judging by what you guys were saying before we went into that one. Did we see any glimmers of hope for CLG there?
Well, yeah, but I kind of first off want to start off with like how they're making their calls and making correct decisions.
Right.
I think the 4th round or something, they dropped in a 4v5 situation, and after getting some information, hearing some sounds in middle, they make the call to go like full A, retake B with nothing middle, gathering information, and Sean just, everyone rotating. They have no chance of entering this bomb side. Just great gamble, and I mean, it's just what you need to do on the CT side sometimes. Like,
yeah. When you're down on Dust2, right? You got that's one of the maps that actually promotes like taking risks, I guess, if on CT side, right? Sure. And they can pay off big, and that's exactly what we saw. And that was actually nothing, I think, who gave up the B side. He took the initiative and said, you know what, I've that also CLG were going up cat with 2. He called 2 cat. So I mean, good call on nothing really to be able to come through and get a key round there for that map.
I mean, the main thing here in this match in Dust2 specifically was the fact that Cloud9 was the one that really dropped the ball towards the end of the first half. They had it 8-0, I think it was. And then they started playing more aggressive, and it sort of caught up them off guard. Started losing rounds, and then they took a timeout. Helped them climb back in, and then second half as well started well for CLG actually, and then a timeout by C9, and it was a different game. But so I think it should have been actually even a clear victory for C9 here.
Yeah, just very, very impressed by. I think everyone here actually predicted that Cloud9 would take this win pretty easily. So yeah,
Well, I think it's good to see just that that it continued with the same kind of dominant performance versus NA teams. Cloud9, that is it, right? But Cloud9, the beast. You know, they just continue to dominate in North America. Doesn't really seem like there's going to be any change there anytime soon. At all points in this map, in these 2 maps, really, whenever it felt like Cloud9 were falling a bit behind, it was due to their own mistakes. It wasn't because CLG were stepping up or anti-stratting or coming up with something that was just, you know, besting what Sean Garris had in store for us with his crew. No, it's because Cloud9 made a mistake, and they even call it themselves. They even say like, okay, we'll never do that again, right? And they realize they messed up, and they just start, you know, trying to adjust to what happened in the round.
Someone should make like an example of post-strat situations from Cloud9 a few months ago compared to now with their voice comm involved. That would be 2 different worlds.
Yeah, it would be night and day. It would be crazy.
And I mean, we're going to talk to nothing then about how they how that works out, especially the communications as well. Be able to hear it from the man himself. We'll look at the brackets though to see how that did. And they're going to be playing the winner of Fnatic versus Virtus Pro, which is going to be coming up after this. And I mean, Cloud9 besting CLG. They do manage to kind of continue to perform and stand out for North America, and they're going to be playing one of the European presents in that grand final, managing to secure that grand final spot. And I mean, that's got to be feeling pretty amazing, Jordan.
Yeah, it feels good, guys. Definitely does.
Grand final time.
Yeah, it's the first this size. I mean, we've been first in like ESEA, or we've got to the final in ESEA lands, of course, and stuff like that. But I mean, you know, obviously the Envy win was the big thing for us. You know, no disrespect to CLG. it was a different battle altogether. As you guys saw, we know each other really well, and you saw a different Sean Gares calling today in a good way since CLG knows us. So I don't know if you noticed on Cash in the beginning, they were doing those 3 mid setups because they know we like to rush 3 mid. So first gun round, Sean just on the fly, he's calling mid rush, and then he said, no, mid rush to A fake. So we did the mid rush, and we just literally ran through the smoke A main. And they had their nades out, pants down, and we got 2 free kills, basically. So kudos to Sean for keeping his mind focused while we're all dancing around in the hotel lobby listening to music. So.
Well, it really feels like it's across the board, man. You're like keeping focused, but it feels like the entire team now. When you listen to the comms, I mean, we've been just gushing, or me in particular, right? We've just been gushing about it this entire day. The fact that your comms are just completely different from even 4 months ago. It's a completely different team. It feels like when you listen to you guys. Is that something in particular that you focused on as a team?
Yeah, I mean, you just I think remember we watched the Fnatic play NIP in the Katowice and they put the subtitles on, and we noticed how every time they made a mistake or anytime something happened, if it was noteworthy, is that going to happen again? You talk about it, you try to identify the problem. If it's not, you could say, crap, and they say, all right, don't worry about it, boys, focus up. Right. And I think that's been a key for us. In the past, we had a problem with talking about lingering things, and it would go into the next round, and there's no reason for that to fade the next round. So it's awesome. Someone like Ryan, people bashing him on the forums, but someone like Ryan brings a lot of heart and vulnerability to the discussions because he's always saying if you messed up, he's always saying, and he wants the same out of you, so he expects that out of you, and I think Ryan has done a good job just kind of bringing that atmosphere and energy. Yeah,
well, I mean, what about Skadoodle as well? Something that a lot of people kind of criticized him on when he first joined the team was he just doesn't talk. He's not a player who communicates as well as others, but he's just an insane player. Has he kind of found his voice in the team now?
Yeah, definitely. I think once he got his feet wet back into the scene, once he joined our team and started getting into it again, I was kind of laughing, what does the no-com thing mean? I think what people are talking about is when people are executing on him, sometimes he focuses can't hit. And so as long as we know what he's doing and we prepare properly, it's fine, so. And I think he's learning how as well to be a lot more support on our team with throwing flashes for Shroudy or Ryan when they need to go in and get kills, so
Well, I noticed in after-plant positions, at least, it felt like whenever he was he was being very clear about what he was doing, what his position was. And there was a couple situations on Cash as well. At least I can remember one clearly where he was holding. He's let him run, let him pass, because I've got this angle and I'm going to pick him off.
First contact is a term we've recently added to our game. Just if you're in an after-plant situation, who's holding the angle of contact? No one else should be holding it. Once that person spots, he's the indicator for the rest of us to fight that angle. Fighting another angle is a fail. So after-plants are something we've been trying to work on. So,
I mean, that's clear. That's clear in your game. Nata, you got anything?
Yeah, which team would you like to face in the finals?
Ooh.
Bam.
Apps, playing either of them, we're going to be very humbled. I know that.
But different play styles completely.
Yeah, different play styles completely. Fnatic's been tough for us in the past, and we used to have better success versus VP, but lately VP's had a number. I really can't say. I think, Fnatic. It might be fun to face Fnatic because they're always so in your face that maybe it would be a good test for us personally just to say, okay, let's see how we could stand up against them. Let's hold our guard, expect those aggro plays and those individual plays. I mean, it's hard to say for Sean to be like, hey, stop Olaf Meister from pushing or something.
Good luck with that, bro.
Yeah, good luck with that. So on VP side, I have a lot of respect for both these teams. So we're just looking forward to bringing the fans a good match, and hopefully we have a little bit more American spirit in us.
Well, that's the thing, right? Now you're the North American hope. Does that affect your game at all, knowing that you've got an entire continent basically watching your every move?
No, it's actually really inspiring. Today's 4th of July, Independence Day. No, I mean, we're not in this position a lot. I almost feel like it's more pressure on the teams who win all the time to perform. But once you get in the game, a lot of the jitters go away. It's all about how you prepare. A lot of the times what you do outside the server that establishes how your emotions can be held in once you go live. Because if you're all cocky before the game, guys, we could outshoot them, we could do this, we could outskill. Well, you can't really just outskill Fnatic or outskill Virtus Pro. You can at certain instances when you catch them off guard. Maybe they slip up and they're kind of mentally mad at themselves, and then you play aggressive. But I think it comes down to the preparation we do tonight, hopefully we can bring you guys a good game.
And we look forward to a good game. Best of 5 as well, so it's going to be going all the way.
I don't know if I can handle that in this heat, man. Oh my God.
You guys are lucky. You're rocking those.
Is this record heat for Germany?
It is, yeah.
It's not ESL's fault. I mean, they have AC vents, and we're just sitting here water in our faces. Everyone's commenting on my armpit hair.
Can you hook the desk up with some Cloud9 vests? I think that's some new attire. If you guys
we probably have to ship them to you, man, because you probably don't want these. Mine smells like a word I can't say right now.
Okay. Well, a big congratulations, dude, for getting to the final. That must be a great feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
Good luck further on into that final. We've, of
Appreciate
course, got more games coming up, though. Fnatic going to be trying to best Virtus Pro in the other semi-final. And before we go, once again, a reminder about the Score app. You find all your information on that app, and also, of course, on esports, as well as not just CSGO. Don't know where I'm going with this one. Do be sure to check it out anyway. Just give me a little pat. Yeah, thank you very much. Check it out anyway, guys, and we'll see you after the break.
Peace.